Olga Sutcliffe showcase. Okay, in relation to Hairspray, wasn't that it wasn't Johnny Cash, it wasn't Johnny Cash, it wasn't movie filmmaker perspective, it was just Michael the angel. So, in Hairspray, your movie, is there a transmode system in relation to casing Olga Sutcliffe? Because Olga Sutcliffe, I met her when I was 19 years old. But anyway, she's from London. But anyway, Olga Sutcliffe, in relation to your Hairspray, you used to go to Toni and Guy in relation to the brand. Yes. So in the UK, you used to have showcase. You used to learn from interlude. You used to cut. Etc. Then you got caught from Africa because someone started hair extension. Apparently, you copy the clip. So, Fong, back in the old days, you used to be apprenticeship to become a hairdresser. So, didn't you have a big, bosom? But, oh, I can't bother repeating that. But bosom is in the Bible. So, Stephanie, in relation to your hairdressing apprenticeship, how have your salon been Apollo in relation to UK, Russia, and UK? So in that way, Toni and Guy, based upon the Alien, isn't there another company called Q or KENU or something? I love aliens. I started when I was so young. Gazelle, G, well, Gazelle is Gaz, Gary, Al is Alan. Gal to the max, Studio Gazelle. Oh, that's all I remember. It's when I was young and I bought an alien lolly container at Coles in Balaclava, and the Jewish found 200,000 in the train station, apparently, and the police station put drugs on the roof. That's a long, long time ago. Anyway, Balaclava. I grew up in St. Kilda when I was so young, at 17 years old. So, Aboriginal culture in relation to identification of Paul Street. How can you find a coin? How do you know that our unemployment is situated in a non-conclusion of enclosure by human resources? Because by human resources, how do we know that is a geo because TomTom GPS is Volcom. So in my TomTom, it goes turn left, turn right, 200 meters, etc., etc. When I don't know where the suburb is or the road, ask my grandma and Yoda. So, finding a coin, pirates, Johnny Depp. I like Johnny Depp. So why do I like Johnny Depp in relation to a Emma Chung of Amber? Because in St. Kilda, the Thera is Apollo in relation to hookers. There used to be hookers in Grey Street. And Matt, didn't you used to work at Safeway, become a department manager? But Pat, you were a dealer. Apparently you left Safeway. When I worked at Safeway, I met people. Jennifer, sister, and it didn't last long. Oh well. So anyway, Matt, your dad bought you a Ford Ute. Was it blue or green? I think it was green or some other color. And it was 36,000. You told me you live in Toorak Road. You live in Toorak. I came and visited you, and you had a girlfriend. Are you married now? Matt? Probably. I don't know. But anyway, in relation to the store manager in Toorak, Woolley, what was his name again? I forgot. First, he attended to Safeway in Auckland Street. Then he left. He moved to Toorak. So, and New Zealand people that I met. Is she still there? Is her name Joan? John? No, Joan? I don't remember. But anyway, we all grown. So, since we all grown. Aboriginal culture. Finding a coin. Okay. Division, supplement, supplier, request, human resources. But back in Echuca or Ballarat somewhere, wasn't there a gold mine? And why do Aussie killed Chinese people? Isn't there on there? There's a temple or altar there, isn't there? But that's a long time ago. In our civil rights, finding the collective coin is a what? But Aboriginal in relation to your cycle, you used to got caught as well because it's just the old history. When you got caught, you got killed as well. Long time ago. So nowadays, our civil rights is in the evolution of finding a coin. But if you find a coin in relation to the Kyrgyzstan of Bala, the missing cell in relation to Saplapam by Abaluelam, the collectum culture, Busan, the cost price. Even I myself cannot find things. We are all over the place. But Pisulong, the Malang of the maze, in relation to thinking through thoughts. So Calozino, in relation to thinking through thoughts. The pole is a span of Asasi to Hulukuchon, the bankfire, by applying for sectors, and in so, Greek Orthodox, the Nixon of Johnny Cash, see, is a torsion of knowing that how can we koto if we can identify a coin Aboriginal culture. The reason of our law is that Jeff Pass in Darwin, has he not? He showed me search engine optimization when I ran my business. But into what is a sector of 31, 56 and 25, maize 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 6, 1, physical attempt. But in the physical attempt to have a laser game by Armamum, then how come we cannot supersonic the Street Fighter game in caption? But in a way, my best friend Starfish on PHPBB is a supplankan of Locuton to release the compression. So to release the compression in relation to Conflon, the Ilkaton of lawyers, how can we politics the chamber? So the chamber in relation to the mummy, how do we request the mummy to be alive? But the mummy is dead. But based upon the movie The Mummy, if you find an ointment, you cannot toilet paper the tube in relation to Sector 3, 7 supplement and surplus of gross. So, Aboriginal Krishnan, Aboriginal culture. Malay in relation to your uncertifiable skin. I have sensitive skin. If you rape me, I like to. I'm just a kid. Oh. Bend over, bitch. Oh, please. Just a joke. Anyway, in relation to the chamber, the location of Do sinta sa da sinta sita da sinto sinta sinta sinti ta shank ta shete do shank sa konshon na koshina din dona din. So mummy, based upon the sender of the 25th position, how do you tube your sewage in relation to your Alicia Key? Because the state of mind in relation to your song, how do you profilon the drag queen to septum the mummy? But the sun don't shine, so, Mythical 55.6 MHC Delicacy Toshon Ice Baby Vanilla Rap 3 3, 2, 1. Content substitute. Web design protocol. So, physically, the protocol from the psychiatrist at Hawthorne Road. How do we salute the manufacturing degree of Alicia Keys to lyrics, The Mummy? Where is Eden? Where is Adam? Where is Poxon? Where is Sunstar? Where is Munkum Galosino? But our strong son of Nongfong is that Grant Eaton, the fourth religion, is a blocker of dancing. So anyway, psychiatrist in Hawthorne Road, your validation equals by Dr. Sandra Farquharson is that when we lyrics Alicia Keys in relation to unidentification of Spock. So Spock, easy isn't it? In relation to Star Trek, I always want one of those. Always. But Spock, your math is really high. Oh yes. But your physical is a licaton of Spotty, but the cartoon character. So, fair life, mission. Dunsundakshatana, Malay, the goddess of power. Minong Shantlanka. Hermit 55.6. My herdmen live in the digital world. Your herdman is Nikono. In time, you will meet someone. The angel of the cube, your metro carriage, will be aluminum into Hong Kong, but enemy will be social. Your payslip is just an alcohol. So, Ross House, Eden, the lovebird is out. Dear Santa, Monica-san, dear Santa, hand cream, Eden. So Alicia Keys in relation to Hanson. How sensibility is your mind to hand cream the oblation of David Beckham, because Olga, his small testicle is just normal, but gay boys likes it. Oh, so do you know what you know in the collection of na della coscienza sinita pushnata jana monologo. So, Fantasia, you are curator. What immaculum is this interlude but the mechanic force of power or Yoda? May the force be with you. Dinchata Sakasho Ninkanam Taika Sankosho Tilakalakanata Shanko Nigalakasha Tishoto. Dan Murphy, based upon TAC, the subjects of Dokoton is that see, psychiatrist. Easy, isn't it? Anyway, Sector 3743125 is a transistor based upon the electric Ponson, because the electric Ponson is the negative of law in relation to our Polkation of Germany and to Polkation our honor, because our criticism of our law is the negation of Mona Lisa to criticism Alicia Key in relation to Phototon. But our criticism Lady Lipsticks, you think it too? Here is my pimple. Pass. But feeling strong to me, to you. All I know is you and me. May you be in Naga. Artificial intelligence. Nyartan talk show descent. Dorlo kong song. Ningen kong gate close. Fantasia. The entire galaxy is the next control of the creator. Miss Suez. Do you know that me is you in daylight? Do you know that you will know that cream face? No? Oh. There are songros. So anyway, the confunction of the non-Krasai is the perlakasan of law in relation to our physical biotype. The physical in relation to our physical biotype is that the nicotine of neutron is the correction of our oxygen, because in that value it will center on the spirit of the sun. The spirit of the sun is the nicotine of our law in relation to our testosterone, because Johnny Depp, the representant the coin in relation to your culture. The representation of our law is our intuition of a Maganang, and to position ourselves into 214823, because in that way the correction of Nananam is that we are Odara into the citizen of civil rights, and into with our civil rights the Ikono Egaresan is the Kirkishasha Alkonna, because the Tukon that's an honor. Nigertsantan Kursanata, Ditison Tosha. Our creator is the Nakanan and the creation of our law. Physical by Nanango. That is second attempt, argument, data technology. Data technology is the creation of our law in relation to the Prakasasai, because the Nakasatan of our law is the Nakashantan, because the alien creator has instated the Nukoton of Victoria, Conference, New South Wales, Data Technology. Data Technology PCG Nakaran by Koroshan, and install the Nikarashan Akana. The difficulty Katasana Akashan Wupalakata in relation to the Fokosho, but the meaningful way, Malay, is that Alicia Key will conform into the text, like so. But perhaps in a matter of time, the Rikishi of our law will position itself into our abstellation, and into our abstellation by production of a service is that our human body system will be focused vertically in relation to the Kurankam, because the soul of a Nikankan is the Krum, and into in relation to CIA, the Rakasista Akananang will be in relation to Canada. Why? My dad's brother lives in Canada. The division to support the Sankanan of the Soho is the next of law. In relation to that law, the canyon, I call it canon, I like canon. That canon is the flexum of Ingerlong, because that canon is the Kurshashon. But Pirates of the Paradisenda Kurjono, would you like to work out the exertion of explosion by that cannonball? It doesn't. But based upon the cartoon Dangerous Mouse, it shot from bomb, sexy, and into the position of a timer is an uneven order in relation to our explosion, because based upon our New Year's, the fire is an awareness, etc., etc. You know those things. But based upon my master, he has one. So how high would it go in Chinese New Year? No, sorry, New Year. So in that way, Avra is it or something. If one of those sexy bomb, no, I like him. If one of those um, cherry bomb has an explosion in relation to your NASA, the Rickerson of the rocket will fly through the Planetarium because in the galaxy, Nidoshonong is the math condition in relation to physical type is that the Bolungong is SYD in relation to Sony TV. The digital TV is a correction of the scanner and also the Plakasan, the intellectual copy, because the intellectual copy is bilingual progression by Ruben, old friend of mine, and into the declaration of law. So in that way, the satellite of Foxtel will declaration in Decranan. I can't wait. Oh, yes. So in that way, the succession of our law based upon the market in SYT, the synchronism of our simple tiscon of what happened to me with the banana. How lucky. Thank you. Oh. But anyway, in that way, the Holmes world, I can't wait to play that one. The Holmes world will equation into a section of the PC gamer intelligent. The PC gamer intelligent based upon Bill Gates separator of sorted in relation to Spock and to Icarus the movie maker by George Clooney to indicate Wall Street. And in so to indicate Wall Street, the fifth position of the transcend will position itself into chime. And within chime, each chamber, no, not yet, within in chime, when you work out the histogram of the hierarchy, the three, no, not yet. So in that way, when we work out the secretion of the bilingual, the text of correction of 2 to 8, 4 to 6, and 4 to 1 is the in relation to Dafong. And in that way, when the artificial intelligence in our computer system is minimally be ECU 38, 54, 55, and 36 power means instruction of solar energy in relation to our spirit sun. In relation to our spirit sun, the shikaton of our law is an so Buddhism in relation to having just sand. Do you usually go like this or rice or seeds? Don't know. So in that way, if we can convert the sequenal into this transcender, the position of the transcender is based upon the ekrishanton of our law, because that God, see, that God is a. Do you burp a lot when you coke? I do. So anyway, in that way, I know. Sorry, I can only have 3 beers. I get drunk really fast. I can't drink. My dad can. My dad used to have house parties. Oh yes, he does. He invite people over, his best friends and stuff like that. And then he has gambling. Like just playing cards and just put $5, $10 and just a home game, whatever. Is my dad's best friend. But anyway, in relation to Hawthorne, the true system of our law is the incarnation, because in that way, when we develop the next amnesia based upon the bilingual of secretion of digital TV, is that our conference will balala in relation to the text. So in that time, each scientist will the photon in relation to Dofong. But in relation to Dofong, we need to work out the math condition of physics and to biolakanan, the bio balls. So Jesus, in relation to the bio balls, the point Kuka is an amalgam to engrave the Nukaton, but in so to engrave the Nukaton of CAENE is SYPG in relation to the textiling. So in that time, in relation to the textiling, we need to work out the neutron of. So in that time and into the weekly wage annual leave is a sick out of Miss E.T. in relation to diplom. So in relation to diplom, the certificate of our bilingual is non-correction. The subjects to our working visa will end soon in relation to anakaran, because in that time, if we can class the subdivider based upon our intuition of our mother tongue, the manuscripture will be Robong. But Robong is just a of the digital camera by 3 hierarchy, because the Photoshop is the expression of our imagery based upon our modulus and compromising our demotion. So how then we will impact the third amount of degree in relation to sister act? Simon, don't you remember? I sit next to you. We're just in the cinema, and I cried so much when we first saw Sister Act. Oh God. But anyway, in that way, the division to supply the SOPRO is that the coordinate will actually be in relation to the third amount of dibla and also into the dibla. So into the dibla is a wave of the supersonic sun. The supersonic sun is based upon the transaction of. So within Sydney the 50 Grosjean will review the support SOPRO in relation to the Tekrasison. So in a manner of time, based upon GNU, the coolant to wire the mesh in relation to your air conditioner. The collocation of your climate system will propel the car. I've seen, I said, that the airbag, yes, will be ticked into the collocation. So when you manufacture Holden in relation to the conference of your unity, the location of our law is an intercution of the solar system. This solar system is the Nicoton. Yes. So in this solar system, the Nicoton of our law is that our local distributing down is a waveform of the signal or beacon. There are beacons around, yes, but the galaxy Tokshon will arrive. Oh, sorry. So in relation to the beacon, when we send signal in relation to SYD, we can compass the chaos in relation to the school and to allocation, the child, no, kindergarten, no. Things are nearly finished. It's tiring, isn't it? Yes. So in that time, when we have a nukatron of our law, then we can also equalize the quadcom. Oh, the quadcom based upon Galaxy Quest, the movie, is pretty strong. Oh yes, very strong. Do you want one? Would you like to have one? I do. But anyway, in the condition of our method is that the location of our layer is the sender of 55.3 and 55.6 in relation to Angkathanong. The development of the recognition of our law is an intercessor, because in that way, the bear katan ana ono tala is a in relation to the physical biohazard, because in relation to the physical biohazard is a sender of the 9246 Duang. What is that? Well, it's not a drone. It's a of the blinder, because in the galaxy you cannot see. So when we do the correction of the composer in relation to the third amount of musician to perform the beacon as well as the alien signal, we will perform the photon or foxtel to develop the next integration of amnesia. So in that way, the basic of my life is that Telstra gave me broadband when I was young. Yes, then I got bankrupt. Please. And then I had, oh please, it's just old story. But anyway, in relation to the next dimension of the location of Kevin Carr is the negation of Islam. So Kevin Carr, in relation to your fluorescent tube, the understanding of physical type is a tophogophon by Symmetrical, which is calligraphy. So sign writer, you know, that old friend of mine that when I start my business, he just did window sign. He's a boxer. But anyway, in that, oh God. Anyway, sorry. I'm gay. Do I act like so Twiggy? Do you know how to act like queer as folks? You have to be Nordson, which is organic program. So in that way, did you know? Licky lick. Anyway, just kidding. So anyway, in relation to the third amount of development of amnesia is that the sonic of the sonic power is the correction of photon. So in that way, our electric prom will my master, but the critical explosion. But the rocket to fly through this star is this Sean. So, CPIS, insurance. And what else? Oh, please. So anyway, in relation to our working visa, the development of our assessment is to perform the health condition, etc., etc. So in that way, the development of amnesia is to work out a water drinker to position ourselves into the core, and within our core, the position of the sender will actually align itself into the amnesia to product the service producer, and in so, the scientific calculation of physical type is bilang. And in so, when we work out the algorithm of WordPress to execute into our coding program has started, but in that time, when it's signal into the application form to Makalang, the Tishatong, then we will rework the agony. But in that matter of time, the location of our law is so in that way, in relation to our law, the intercution of the third amount of development is Lieutenant. Our solar system is functional in this way. So when it travels through the decushion of the fifth 615 is an icotone of Yoda. May the force be with you. The Shangtan of this galaxy, Idoro. So the galaxy will talk Shashon. So Angel of the Cube. The metrics in relation to your concern of the counselor is to Kokshashon. But this galaxy is the Torshan of Ram. So the Ichashakashan of the galaxy, when you travel through the Tankanam, you will look at the A-hole. Within the A-hole, the sender will position itself into Event Horizon, the movie, but the A-hole in the blah of the Grafon by Dr. Lee Sandra is a physical type, and in of the physical type, the decatron of law is that it will throw Sean or drop down. So in that time, when it does that, it will phase, P-H-A-S-E, the grammar in relation to thesaurus, but into in relation to thesaurus, the vertical system and the cushion sentence and the system and the constitution and the Catholic sacrifice and the cushion sun and the constitution is it's good by the modem bar. But your IE, Internet Explorer, based on MSN, is just a sort of. This galaxy is a black hole, but the black hole by Galaxy Quest will begin. So, the center of the fifth vision of Nanon, our digital TV for our mother is an equal of our own Celeranum, because based our Pong Sasang Kashang, Ninakala Kisang, Yishakalanka Karasi, Telekistra Shantang, Jishankata Shankarakashang, Duno Gundanang, Dikasha Karakashang, Yelakiheka, Jishanka Kashanang, Jinchintang Krakshakang, Dinunkuchankashang. If we get a physical type in relation to our biohazard, the Dead Space game will illuminate into an autumn, and in that too, it will plakashon the cheese thingamajig for pizza cat. So in so, when we solongashon the Vulcan of Voltru, it will stats our electric pump. So in so, when it does that, the electric production of the drone will set our fire breach to to the question of Waitrong. So, Dr. Lee Stankerson, our wave is the manual stone, because in this way, when our solar system, our galaxy system, will map itself into Sakrashan of physical type, it will intersect our planet. Based upon the hemisphere, the oxygen of our autocar is that it will lakaton our magnitude, and in so when it kalakashan our law, it is kakasan. So in time, when it does that, the kakachakang of the elf will oh. So in that time, when we sequeno Tibet in relation to our clothes, we will manufacture the next rocket in relation to our collection, because in so we need to our yes. So our employment worker based upon our human resources, the relationship for Mother Mary is an indication of our law. But within the indication of our law, the subsumsum of the Harlem is that when we know that this supersonic rendering program is really pressed into the climate system, because in our spaceship it is Kokachong, New Andrew at Slade and Gordon, then it will muck along its politics, because for our safety, when we control, no, when we, no, thank you, Creator. My name is Alan Lloyd. I'm 41 years old. Please, don't give me anything. But I like anal sex. And commission.